Welcome to the show. Oh yeah. Welcome to the show. Yeah. Okay. Everybody, it's time for the show. 2 count, we about that go. Best in the Midwest, and we up next. Go and ring the bell, rest, cause here we go. Comedy meets wrestling. Yeah, we doing our own thing. Squared circle and a microphone. 2 count on everything. Can you smell what we're cooking now? Other shows, they ain't got that style profile. And while we strut, arm raised with 2 fingers up. JR, Big Ace, Tommy 2, they something else. This show be dynamite. Next level, top shelf. I'm like, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Hey, everybody. Hey, I was just thinking as I was playing that, because that's such a good intro that we have by Emmy-nominated Nerd D. Do you think we should do, and I'll just ask you in the audience that's watching currently, should we do the trickle in like Corey used to do on his show? Do you think 5-6 minutes of just goofing around while the stream's running, and then start it when people are? What do you think?
Well,
Any
it
ideas?
depends. I mean, we got some viewers right now that are just ready
I know,
to go.
and we appreciate them.
I mean, if we said to everybody, we got a new 5-minute trickle.
You want a 5-minute trickle,
age,
Stacey?
You probably think you mean pissing.
Not fun. No.
Happy New Year, Tina.
But that would, Happy New Year, Tina. So,
Stacey,
but
good
that's
to
the
see
thing.
you.
That's the thing, though. Like, if we were to do that, then it would preclude Ace from doing his send outs. He could do that while the 5-minute trickle is running, and then once we start, he'll be right on there with us. He won't have his head down in the keyboard doing our popping stuff on the social media stuff.
Yeah, that's a good point.
See, I mean, I'm all about it. We can come up with something.
Give folks time to get in here.
Yeah, we can come up with something crazy. Like we could play old commercials. We could play drones flying around like Corey used to do. He used to do that. That was pretty cool.
It's true. Tim Nella checking in, by the way, all the way from Kuwait.
We could, I was going to say, we could have a drone from Kuwait.
Well, let's be honest with you. If we have drone footage from Kuwait, it's probably likely from the U.S. military, and they probably shouldn't be there. Conspiracy theory. Put your tinfoil hats on, everybody.
Way to go, buddy. Way to go.
We're going to do it. I'm going to get us canceled by the U.S. government here, guys.
I don't think so.
I got big aspirations for 2025.
I don't think the U.S. government is paying much attention to us
yet.
If I'm honest,
you keep having the ramblings of at least one ginger pseudo moron.
That's not a bad idea, Tom. But I don't know. I mean, it might get old for Tom, but it might just be. It doesn't make any difference as long as he keeps getting kicked.
Yeah, actually, I was going to say we could, if you or I have like a weekend of shows or whatever, we want to clip like if we video recorded it and stuff like that, we could just clip like a 4-minute bit or something like that, and then kind of roll in.
God,
so.
You know what? 4 a.m. Awesome, buddy. Yeah, I mean, are you just flying straight to Miami?
Is that for Tim?
Yeah.
Are you even coming home? Are you just going to wash your clothes in Kuwait and you go straight to Miami on the 30th?
Yeah.
The fuck are we doing, Tim? You're going to have like a whole 2 weeks of fucking luggage for a 4-day trip. You're going to be like the fucking Howells on the Gilligan's Island. Just fucking 3 weeks of fucking clothes for a 3-hour tour.
Oh my god.
Oh, he does miss his son. Well, that's good to know that you miss your son. Little drip there. Good to hear that.
Very nice. Very nice. Oh, next week.
Oh, wow. So you missed Christmas. You'll be back in time for being home for 2 weeks, roughly, before the cruise. Oh my
So
god!
you go on the trip, then you come back and do you go right back to Kuwait again? Or you go somewhere else?
Who knows? I could imagine the level of just fucking jet lag you have to deal with then. All right, so he says, I'll be back next week and then leave again after 5 days. Then go back to then the cruise back to Kuwait.
Then back to Kuwait.
Right. Wow. This must be some fucking exciting blow up fucking obstacle course fun fucking shit you're doing. Bouncy houses in the middle of the desert. Oh, he's staying in Miami for a weekend, huh?
Uh-huh.
We get back in the dock on a Tuesday, man. I don't know if you know what a weekend is, Tim, but that's not exactly a weekend.
Oh,
Jeez.
Jacksonville. There you go.
Well, hold on. Why would you come home? You're in the same state. Jesus, never mind. I don't know. I don't need to tell you how geography works, but apparently I do need to tell you how geography works. Fucking Tim. Just kidding.
So wait,
man.
you're coming home to go back to Kuwait, to come home and then back? Is that
Then down to Miami, and then home, and then back down to Jacksonville. Oh, you'll be on next week?
We got lots of
we
cruise
just keep-
talk.
We just keep
We don't
the,
need to talk
keep
to
the
him.
fires burning, baby. By the way, those of you that are wondering where Whitney is,
She's
she may be joined. She had some stuff come up, so she may be.
Leo.
Hey, Leo.
Leo Santel, by the way,
AWA,
congratulations to him and his
New
lovely
daddy.
wife. They just brought in another baby boy to this world.
Congratulations,
Leo.
Leo. That's awesome.
We expect to see him in the next Winter Brawl Classic. Leo
The baby?
Santel Jr. entering the ring.
Oh,
Yeah,
Leo.
bring that 3-week-old out there. Put him in the ring. Come on.
He's going to win it all.
You get a lot of sympathy
Come
he's good.
on.
He's going to beat Jay Wesley for sure.
with his baby.
Yeah. His baby could probably beat up Jay Wesley. No joke. Thank you. Healthy as can be. That's good. That's great news right there. See?
Awesome.
Look at this. Look at that great news. Happy New Year to Leo and his ever expanding family. You should stop though. We don't need more kids in this world, dude. Most of them are dumb. I hope your son's not going to be dumb.
Gonna be
His
a
kids-
Cowboys fan.
His kid's probably not a red-haired goofball.
Listen, you don't know.
I don't.
You don't know.
But I bet
Who
he's
knows?
not.
Probably not.
I
If
bet.
Leo has anything, he has luck on his side as far as genetics goes. So hopefully he doesn't get a redhead. Stupid us.
Well, anyway, so hopefully Whitney will be on sometime after 8. She
Can't
was
pretend that
hoping.
she's dead.
Well, no, because she said she might come on later.
Well,
She might be able to come on later. I
I
don't
think
know.
that's ever fucking stopped us in the past.
No, it hasn't. But I mean, too many dead shows. I mean, that's anyway.
Speaking of
So
dead
I think you read it wrong. I think she was saying if she got on, she'd only be on till 8. So,
Oh,
She's
so
dead
Whitney's dead now.
Straight up dead. It was nice having a beautiful blonde on the show for a little bit, though, huh, guys?
Made
Way
the
to
screen
chase
look a
her
little
off,
better for
Tom.
everybody else.
True.
I don't know what you did to kill her.
She never
But,
got over her time in Minnesota.
Such a short run here on the 2 count, but it felt like forever.
It was my favorite segment of hers was the second Whitney creepy message.
Which, by the way, we haven't done a show in 2 weeks, y'all. So it's been.
I know.
Official show in 2 weeks. We had the Christmas Eve one.
We don't really count that. Like JR and I
Man.
got on, the host of
not
that
canon
party
now?
didn't show up, so we were like, "Yeah, we're out."
No, that was useless.
I mean, I
Well-
joined in the chat, but I was putting, nephews to bed and stuff,
You were-
If Uncle Tom's
you
not
were-
around. What's
Yeah,
that?
we love having Whitney on, and yeah, we'll have her on again. I'm sure she'll be back to normal soon.
I think she's like really dead. I don't know.
We keep actually trying to get her out to go on the cruise with us, Stacy,
She's not-
but
She don't like boats, she said.
yeah, she don't
It
like
ain't a
boats.
boat, it's like a floating fucking building.
It is. I mean,
Here's the deal. Here's the deal. Like a lot of people who are like, "Oh, I don't like boats." Like most of them are talking like little, like their experience is like a little fucking boat on the lake or river. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Or a canoe
Like,
tipped over on him one time, like never again, never
Right.
again.
Right. Which it's completely different on a cruise ship. Like
It
I
is.
didn't know what I was getting into the first time, and then once I got on one, it was just like, oh, yeah, it's a floating little all-inclusive resort, basically.
It's a
Yeah.
mammoth.
It takes a lot to tip those fucking things over. Let's be real.
Now, also, let's be real. You do feel it. It's not like you're not going to feel it.
Yeah.
But
you
it's
feel
just,
enough
the
of
thing
it.
is, it's not worth like panicking over.
Yeah, all these people were like, "Oh, you should probably bring some Dramamine with you because like or anything for seasickness." Like, I don't know if you know this or not, but I have walked before. Like it's not terrible unless again you hit some fucking crazy storms. Which knock on wood, that shouldn't happen this year.
Usually, what happens to me, I mean, I've only been on one cruise, but what
You
happened
sit
to
on
me?
one side of the boat and the whole fucking thing tips over. Got it. Too far. All right. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sorry, JR. Sorry. It's been
I
a
was
couple
about
weeks.
to be
I gotta
like,
report on it.
I was gonna say, JR, you look like you're slimming down. In fact,
Yeah, Bill. I'm trying. I mean, today went to 3 major retailers as part of my job, and not to turn things sour, but pooped 3 times at 3 major retailers.
I mean,
One. Progressively.
I'd do that.
That's the way I test. I said this. I had the show on New Year's Eve and then the following Friday, and I said there's those things that happened to me this year. The doctor wanted to put me on Ozempic. He says, "You're doing good. I think if we put you on Ozempic, but my insurance doesn't cover it." So he gave me something else called Jardiance, and
you say Jardine?
if Jardiance, and if the goal of that is to make me poop so much that I don't want to eat anymore, it's working.
Nice, very nice.
Because I'm just like, I don't feel good a lot of the time.
Maybe don't take that when we go on the cruise because you're gonna want to eat.
Oh, I know.
There's so many good food. I will say this, by the way. I thought you were going to go in a totally different direction than that. I thought it was going to be Ace gives you the compliment, and then you say, "Yeah, it's been going so well. I was at 3 different stores today, and I got hit on every time at every store. I generally gave you the benefit of the doubt. Foolish me. It's just going to be another poop story from JR."
And when I hear you say it, I'm just like, well, I'd do that just for fun, anyways.
You both are fucking
check mark
monsters.
on the fucking shit map there.
But it's like I don't want to.
I'm so glad I got to class this fucking place up every fucking week I'm on here. Fucking poop
Okay.
stories.
All right, brother. All right, buddy. There's only going to be one head in a toilet on the cruise, and it's going to be yours. So
yeah, show that picture of him asleep in the closet again.
I deleted it.
It's somewhere deep in our chat though. If we really want to go find it, because I did try to find some stuff from last year.
Yeah, I mean, I have it. It's on my phone. I would just have to whoops, sorry.
Oh, she's dead.
She is dead. Memorial show.
Yeah, there's too bad we can't just put this in the corner or something like that. When he joins us from the grave, everybody.
Ooh, portable bidet. They have those?
I didn't know you could get that through fucking security. Jesus, Stacey.
Hang on.
Well, it's a bidet. It's not full.
Well, I'm not saying
loaded.
that.
It's not like it's loaded and ready to go.
Dude, I did go through the list of stuff today just because I've been now I'm on vacation mode already a little early.
Oh, hey, I'm having a beer right now, and it's literally just because I don't want to not drink from now till the cruise because I don't drink typically. So it's like, okay, I got to start having some drinks these next few weeks just to get a little bit of alcohol in me so I'm used to it. Because otherwise, that first day, once I get a couple shots in and some margs in, it's like, oh shit, dude,
you're gonna be wandering around like a zombie.
The only thing is, though, then I go. The thing is, I go to the buffet when I'm fucked up and I eat just a shitload, and then it makes me feel even worse.
Haha.
Wait, what?
Yeah, because it's a Middle Eastern country, and they abide by the what the Quran says in the
Sharia.
You were supposed to
Bella gonna get
abstain.
ooh boy, boys. Someone's gonna have to make sure Nella don't like fall off the boat.
Don't worry, me and the gorilla are not. We're on soft drink.
Does he not drink at all either?
Not really.
There we go, boys. Portable bidets.
Wow. That looks like a squeeze. That doesn't. That nah.
$37.99. Oh, here you go. This one, it's $7 on Temu.
Well,
I'm not
you
buying
don't want to
shit
get a
from
Temu
I'm not-
bidet.
I'm not to buy anything from Temu.
You know who swears by Temu is Dr. AJ O'Callahan.
Well, listen, just because it's worked out for Dr. O'Callahan does not mean that it works for the general populace, okay?
He's buying medical tools and stuff, of course.
He is not buying his medical tools from Temu. I can guarantee you that.
This is a travel handy washlet, second generation Walmart portable travel bidet.
I mean, you could be like those jackasses all over
There
the
you
place.
go.
That was using, like,
There you
beer
go.
wipes.
The Tushy travel bidet.
Or you could just get a goddamn squirt gun. Right?
There
That is.
There it is. That's all you need, Jerry.
Oh, man.
That looks like it's going straight up your ass, anyways. I mean, who's buying this?
And look at
That
how
looks
the,
like a
look at
water
the
bottle
water
you can
flow.
get.
What the fuck is that? Oh, wait, look how it goes. It goes, look at how the
You
water
can get this
goes
shit
in
from
this one.
Walmart.
What a goddamn bunch of
Look,
bullshit.
they're all touching tips.
Hey,
Well,
let's,
look at their tips. Who brings it to the beach with them? These fucking degenerates.
yeah, I'm
what
going
are
to
we
clean my
doing?
ass at the beach.
You guys got your portable bidet?
No.
Oh, the fireworks. Oh, well, yeah, okay. That's a little different then.
Oh, it comes with a Tushy bag.
Is that a bag or a wipe?
Well, for you,
Dude,
JR,
what is
whatever.
that? What's
we'll
this
do,
other
right?
one? What's the other one here? Is that a toothbrush for your butt?
It's apparently their competitor. I don't know.
I don't like any of it.
No, we're gonna stop sharing that now.
Yeah, thanks for that idea, Stacy. Way to bring us down that wormhole.
Okay, here's the deal, though. I have been told by other people, not necessarily just travel, but that a bidet is game changer, and they're like, everyone should get one for their home. I've thought about it.
My son has one at their house, and while I was watching the dog, I was tempted to try it, but then I thought, well, fuck, I don't want to clean up a mess if there's a mess. So I just I'll go the old-fashioned way.
I
Fair
mean,
enough.
I try to time it out to be real fair, where I'm taking a shit before a shower, so like wipe and then fully clean it off in the shower. Haha.
God, I got to
That's
be
gross.
honest with you. When I'm looking at myself in this picture with this AWA shirt, I kind of remind myself of Nick Bockwinkel.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, with the glasses. Yeah.
Yeah,
later years, Nick Bockwinkel.
yeah. Gosh, that's cool.
Is that who you're gonna dress up on the boat as?
I'm dressing up as fucking anybody.
That's right. That's right.
I'm-
You're not gonna dress up as anybody. You ain't some fucking schmuck.
I'm not a sheep.
Well, I mean, hold on. Do we want to just keep talking Cruise, or do we want to get to Raw and then Cruise later? What do we want to do?
Ooh, that's a gem.
That's our boat.
Go. That's the boat.
The slide's not there anymore, if you see that yellow thing on there. Let's see here. Can fit 2,300 guests, 960 feet overall.
Oh,
Refurbished.
2,300 is all?
Yeah, refurbished in 2022 as well, guys. So,
Wow.
Yeah, brand spanking new, basically.
No.
Look, we got some photos. That's okay. Ooh, look, fancy. We'll be in there. We'll be seeing some shows in there.
What do they do in the theater?
Comedy. That's where
Ah.
RJ City did his improv show.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the stand-up was in there.
I think they do some podcasts in there.
It's basically like a spitting image of the Pearl.
Yeah,
A
it's
little
like
bit
sister ships. They're basically almost the same. Although I don't remember this looking
A
like
little
that.
different.
No,
Well-
no, I am not a thermal spa type of person, Stacy, but
I hear good things, Stacy. If you want to let us know a little bit more about that, that's great.
24 days, Timmy. 24 days.
This
Well,
is kind
so
of
it's a little bit more than 3 weeks.
that's what Tom's view is going to look like.
It's fine. Listen, I don't
what
plan on
our
fucking being in the room all that often, so we get a good whiff of that sea air before I go to bed. Sleep for about 3 hours, get back up, and just fucking keep going.
You'll be
Game-
in a little.
I don't know.
you'll
Game
be in your-
changer. Oh, sorry. I was going to say game changer for me was having a because the first 2 times we did this, we just had it the interior rooms like you're going to have this time, Tom, when it was me and the nephew. And then when we went with you, that was the first time we ever had a balcony, and that was fucking.
You're welcome for the exposure to the top shelf life.
It wasn't anything. Yeah, well, I'm staying there. You went down a level.
Because I'm not going to fucking be in the room. I'm going to fucking go in there into my little coffin, my little cave, fucking fall asleep, fucking wake up refreshed.
There's nothing better though than having like your last drink just on your own balcony in your room, watching the fucking water, puff a little vape, and then fucking pass out. Or like last year, watch a little fucking Iron Sheik killing everybody, and then pass out and have sweet dreams.
It's one of the best fucking short films I've ever seen in my life. But also too, like it was nice.
I take you to Stab Town.
Like as much shit as I give both of you, I will say this: the balcony rooms, though, Ace and I kicking it back after the long fucking first day of just pounding down drinks and shit like that, having a little fucking, a little bit of rest right there. Ah, man, that ocean air is just hitting you. It is something to behold.
It was kind of fun too when we were taking off and like going in there. And we'll try it. We got a few weeks. There's a couple people that we were trying to maybe book to have on here as guests before we do the cruise. We had a couple that said they would maybe do it. Been a little trouble trying to get confirmation. So it may happen, it may not. But what we will do is we'll have some friends on here, hopefully, from just a big group of friends that we've made over the years. Really, JR, you've met Jason and Erica, and that's where it started for me, because they were like the first. Them and then this dude named John, who was also a part of this group, are like the 3 people that I made friends with on the first cruise, connected with all of them again.
John Garcia.
Love that dude. Had a buddy named Bender on the first 2 cruises. That guy's gone now, but that dude was a trip. But yeah, became good friends.
Did he die like Whitney?
Sure.
Balcony rooms are awesome. Al's joining us. Well, I'll say this about John Garcia, by the way. He was a huge hit on last year's boat because he's a spitting image of the Ultimate Dragon as soon as he puts that fucking mask on.
Yeah, when he puts the mask on, you can't. Like a lot of people thought he was
like
Ultimate.
This much taller than him. No one could fucking tell.
Yeah, it was funny. He took some pictures of some people in there. Like, oh,
it's just so hilarious.
But we'll throw a message out to them like a week or 2 out before one of our final shows before the cruise. Last year we had Danny and Erica on. Danny's a fucking riot. And a great time on the boat. Fucking last year was walking around dressed as I think it might have been Austin Powers, but I was like Prince because it was purple. So I was like fucking Prince, bro. But I think he was like, yeah, Prince. I don't remember. Either way, though, Danny's good shit. Erica and Jason, you met at All Out.
Yeah.
You know how they're great people. So because of those 2, they brought us in last year to this much larger group of friends that they've made continuously over the years. And all of them were super, super dope. Welcome, Tom, the nephew, and I in. Again, the 3 originals that I became friends with on the first 2 just happened to be in that group, which was odd enough because I didn't know John was a part of this till we were there. And then, yeah, man. So we'll try to get some of them on. But also, you're going to get to hang out with everybody. Your kid's going to get to hang out with everybody. Tim's going to hang out with everybody. We all enter this boat together. Everybody books the first boarding time. We didn't, but we still went on with them.
Yeah, nobody cares, do they?
No,
not really. I mean, honestly, you just sneak in with a group and just throw them your pass, and like they're like, whatever, we don't.
They're not trying to stop and look. There's too many people coming in. They're like, yeah, get on.
By the way, so there's other news. By the way, guys, there's other news
about what?
About the cruise. There's other news. Your boy,
Top
shelf,
right.
Tom Shilstrom.
I was legit like, what are you talking about?
After being snubbed in the first ever Gimmick Gala.
Which you were not happy about.
I was not happy. Oh, well, of course, again, we saw what it was. It was a bunch of people acting as though they were their favorite wrestler.
I will say it was a very big surprise to see how many people who were in it that literally were just doing their imitation of a wrestler and not their own gimmick.
Yeah. I remember one dude, he was just basically like old American man. Like that was
the suit on.
Yeah.
Fucking like mullet, silver beer, old dude, Florida guy, tanner than fuck. Then there was like a creepy clown. That was like the most original.
That was true. He didn't say shit though. He just creeped out Six-Man Betty, which is not good. Don't creep her out. That's not cool. But
so
this guy, after talking crazy shit in my submission video about how lackluster the first year's gimmick gala was, I was selected at random to participate this year. So,
and here's what's fun. Chris Jericho hosts it, right?
Yes, he does.
So we're gonna get to hear Chris probably make fun of Tom.
He's going to critique the shit out of the Top Shelf. We all know how this goes.
And it also, it means Tom's gonna be on that fucking stage in front of everybody.
And by the way, I gotta say this too. Okay, I took a bunch of shirts to the embroiderer last week. Should be getting them back in a couple weeks. Gonna have some top shelf 2-count swag going on, baby. All these Shanky golf polos finally coming due, baby. Right.
Are you going to have? Are you going to have? Is it embroidered with Top Shelf?
No, it's just it's our logo. I'm not. Listen, I know how much you guys fucking think.
Well, no, but
hey, I hate you.
My thing is though, what are you gonna wear for the actual promo you get to give on stage?
Well, see, that's see, we'll figure that out. We'll figure it out. You know, it's gonna be one of these fine shirts.
So here, let me do this.
Thank you, Danny.
I'm gonna type in Top Shelf right in Google, and we're gonna just see what comes up. See if it gives
Will
us
Ospreay first.
Well, hey, stop it. Stop you. Hey, listen, I got that might just come
He's
up.
He's going to be on the boat.
Who knows?
You know what? You're probably going to have to fight him.
Maybe. I'll fight anybody at this fucking point.
Amazingly enough, it's all fucking weed and mirror and booze.
Yeah, what a shock, huh? There's also, you know what? I will say this. There is a Top Shelf tailor in South Minneapolis. Maybe I should go hit them up about getting myself a nice little fancy suit or something like that. Or Milburn's, our buddy. Yeah, our buddy Rabbi Fry. Rabbi Fine, Milburn clothing down there on University. Maybe I'll go down there and stop and say hello to the Rabbi's fine folk over there. You know, who knows?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, see, Danny, now here's the thing. I know you hate me and you generally have a tendency to boo me, but you know, it would be nice to get a little bit of support from some of the people. You know, when the Top Shelf hits the stage, I would like to hear some cheers and not so many jeers. I'm sure once everybody kind of sees who I am, there'll be fucking some boos. I'm going to look like I'm going to probably be better off than Hulk Hogan was last night, but I'll probably get my fair share of booze.
So here's the deal, though. What we need to do, you got to have a drink in hand.
Oh, of course. 100%.
But here's the deal. It can't be the fucking Cruise Cup. We got to find you like a nice low ball glass that they'll let you use that's in the Cruise.
True.
Right? Because it's Top Shelf. You can't walk up there with a plastic fucking glass, and you got to have some sort of fucking just good liquor in it. Right?
True.
Okay, like we're gonna help you win this shit because
I mean, well, it would be nice to have another trophy somewhere on the mantle here or the shelf, if you will.
That's a perfect opportunity to throw some fucking magnets off the stage. I'm just saying.
Stacey, by the way, I don't know if I really want the help of the Mobile Mafia, but I will take whatever I can get. You know what I mean? Like they can't stand, they can't get a standing ovation anymore. So I don't.
No, you don't want them cheering. I got a feeling you want to get booed. You want to get booed.
What's your angle?
Nuclear heat.
What's your angle? Are you going to come in and just fucking bury everybody from last year? And if you're not first, are you going to bury anybody that's on there?
100%. That's exactly what the goal is. Literally, as soon as I hit that stage, even if whoever's hosting, I assume it's Six-Man Betty because she seems to be kind of the face for a lot of this stuff. If she's trying to hold the microphone, like, listen, darling, I know how the microphone works because all these people are fucking terrible. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Huh? No, you got to keep the mic fucking flush. You got to get it right up in there. You got to be able to say the words. You got to make sure that people know.
Do if she's like holding it, just kind of try to gently take it out of her hand. Be like, listen here, toots.
Darling, toots.
I'll take this one, Toots.
Go hang out over with the other broads over there.
Hey, Toots,
That's
here's
exactly it.
$5. Go get yourself a sandwich.
Well, see, Stacey, you're right. I can't be picky, and they do get their own section. Not surprising. Those ADA people. JR, have you filed your ADA paperwork, by the way?
Yep.
Nice.
They
But
literally,
I taught. So here's the thing. I mean, so I don't.
it's nice
should
to know
be
you
able-
have that option, though, if you need it.
Yeah, I should be able to get around.
Oh, no, that's not even the concern. The concern is just there are some times where it's like 3 hours in one spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
well,
once
I
wrestling
know
gets
that.
going,
If you do the ADA with Dan and them, you can sit.
you got
Yeah.
a chair. It's
That's
nice.
where the chair. Otherwise, you're gonna have to camp out above for like fucking all day to have a seat up there for when the
Yeah,
show's
I'm gonna
on
do that.
it.
I'll go. Here's the thing. While everybody's doing that shit, I might go have a hamburger.
Well, and the great thing is the buffet is literally just down from where they do the pool from the pool deck.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Well, actually, people do that. Like they'll go get pizza, French fries, and they got boats, little paper boat,
Oh
food
yeah.
boats in the buffet, so you can put like slices of pizza in and shit and go back out. Ice cream's a big hit. The ice cream machine is a huge hit. Look at that! It'll definitely get JR and Nate.
And I just want to say, Stacey, I appreciate all the help and kind of guidance that you've given me to come up to this. Because I mean, the last time I was on a cruise was 1987, probably before some of these people are even born.
Fuck, that was probably
Yeah.
before this ship we're gonna be on was born.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
That's why I got renovated in 2022. Like, listen, man, this is old as fuck. We gotta do better.
Wait, they do feed you at these M&Gs. Oh yeah, that's right, they do. Yeah, at the, like when you're in line for photos or autographs during those sessions, they always have like fucking waiters coming by with hors d'oeuvres.
Hors d'oeuvres.
So you can just fucking
Some meatballs.
Yeah, like
some
meatballs,
blankets.
cheese curds, and fucking piggy blankets and shit. Dude, that's what I love.
There you go, Timmy.
Those are dope on the boat, by the way. They're
Yeah,
fucking
those
dope.
cheese curds were fucking amazing. Yeah, dude, I'm just pumped to eat food. The
So
first night.
so
the
let me
first
ask you
night
this
last
question
year-
quick about. Let me ask you quick about cheese curds. Have you had the cheese curds at U.S. Bank?
No, I've only been to the bank once, and I didn't get any food.
Those cheese curds are as big as fucking golf balls, and they're awesome.
Nice.
So
Love to hear it.
Dude, here's the deal. The first night of the cruise last year, I threw up, but I didn't throw up from drinking. I just ate so much food that by the time I went back to the room to go to bed, I was like, I gotta unload some of this. There's no way I'm gonna lay down right now and fucking had to just take some out, bros. Had to take some out.
Also, do yourself a favor. Make sure you order at least a 12-pack of water. Just so you have something at the end of the day. Just like there.
Yeah, I've done this every cruise. I did it last year, so Tom knows. So he probably did it for his interior room. You can pre-order the 12-pack of water, bottled water. There's fridges in all the rooms. Super easy. And then bring your like fucking like liquid IVs with you if you're drinking.
Yep.
Pop one of those or two of those in the morning, and you're fucking good to go the rest of the day. But it's a game changer being able to come back to the room at night or in the morning waking up, and you just got fucking cold water.
Demonic Dad's here, baby.
What up?
The good word of the top shelf. You know it, buddy. Hell yeah, dude.
That's a good recommendation for anyone on a cruise. Get your water. I think next week we could start actually the check-in process online.
Yep.
I thought it was
21 days
21st.
out. So actually, what, end of this week? Friday.
So yeah, it's gonna be
Something like that.
It came up real fucking quick.
I'm so glad it did though too, man. Like I know we just came through the holiday season where everybody gets a little bit of time off and stuff, but by God.
Yeah.
Are
Are you going on Wednesday then, Tom? Did you get your flights?
No, so I'm flying out Thursday morning.
What
the
time are
30th.
you getting there?
My flight's at 6.
Are you on American?
I am. Are we on the same airplane?
Me, you and Devin are on the same flight.
Fuck yeah.
So are you taking the like 1:30 or 2 o'clock home on the day of the cruise?
No, I'm flying Delta back. I got a little bit cheaper rate there. I might still upgrade though. I'm not. I don't really know.
Which one are you on Delta?
Coming back, I'm at the 2:45 flight coming back.
Is that the one that gets back at like 8:39, something like that, or no?
It's one way. Hold on here. Good old Expedia. It's supposed to come back 6 o'clock to 10:05 down there. 2:54 to 6 o'clock, basically. Yeah, coming back.
You get back at 6. Good for you. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm still thinking about doing the upgrade though, getting that first class. Because you never know who you're gonna sit by. Because if I got some news, by the way, guys. Got some news. Okay.
Oh boy, more news.
So after Christmas, flying back from Dallas, who am I sitting next to in my first class seats? But former Vikings defensive lineman Pat Williams, baby.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. We talked for 2 hours about everything. Football, life, wrestling. He's a wrestling fan, guys. I threw out the podcast. I don't think he's watching. I don't think he's listening. It's fine. It's fine. But he was blowing the Gallahorn.
By the way, the TGL
Vikings Packers game. Huh?
The TGL starts tonight.
It does. Yeah, I actually have it on TV right now.
Fuck.
Or waiting for it to start, I should say. Yeah, he's got those 2 glasses on. He's really making his life.
Yeah, he's fucking doing work right there. That's how you know JR. See him do that when he gets a plate of food in front of him.
Yeah. I'll tell you this, by the way. So, Pat Williams, what an absolute gem of a human being, right? Like one of the most humble, fucking polite, down to earth dudes, just nice as hell. Literally had conversation about everything.
What up?
So, I mean, honest to God, that was one of those things. I love my family, but this is that little extra perk out for Christmas. Fuck, I didn't know I was gonna be sitting next to Pat Williams.
So I'm not gonna lie, Tom. I kind of was like, "Fuck, we're gonna get down there really early, because we could land at 10:30."
Yes,
in the morning.
Yeah, our flight leaves at 6 a.m. It's direct from
Jesus.
Minneapolis down to Miami. I was almost tempted to be like, "Hey, Devin, bring your fucking golf glove and shoes."
I did get a new travel bag for Christmas, by the way. So that's
I wasn't even gonna bring my clubs because I'm not gonna deal with that on the boat. But I was like, "Fuck, I'll pay $100 to rent a set though if there's a nice club down there."
I was just thinking if I send them down to the hotel or whatever. So, but
yeah, I suppose do that and then ship them back.
I mean,
I just got my new Sims. I start my Uggs golf leave on Thursday this week.
So I gotta say this, right? I had to actually try to do some catching up because I did not watch Raw live on Netflix last night because my Top Golf League started last night. So I caught up a little bit. And by the way, they still show these 3-minute clips of what happened on Netflix.
Yeah, they do.
They'll still show it on Peacock. Dude,
they're so fucking everywhere. I mean, they made their own Netflix. WWE Raw on Netflix has its own account now.
Mm-hmm.
And they're putting a bunch of clips on there. It's crazy. Excuse me. Sorry.
That's the way.
We can talk more Cruise later. Let's get into the Raw stuff.
JR.
Yes.
Into it.
The intro. First of all, if you didn't watch it, go watch it. But the intro was fucking awesome.
Fucking dope, dude. Here's the thing that, and not just necessarily WWE does well because they were only doing this on NXT at that time. So this really becomes a Paul Levesque Triple H thing. Is he really knows how to make something matter, right? Because this is the shit he would do. What he did last night to open that shit up is I remember, was it one of the first NXT takeovers that moved out of that was not in the Performance Center, but actually they filled an arena. And he did that completely black open from the middle of the ring, nothing else lit. We are NXT, and everybody's this guy knows how to really make something feel more than maybe even it is, right? Because then you really think about, okay, SmackDown went to fucking from whatever Sci-Fi to Fox and whatever, but something about Raw is such a more pivotal show than SmackDown. It is the A show. It's the longest running show they've had. So there's that weight on it. There's been the biggest moments usually in that company happen on Raw, if not a pay-per-view, which we saw last night. Was kind of refreshing to have that happen, that title change. but there was something different. Like, I actually was excited to watch it. Like 6:30, I was like, "Fuck, I'm ready. Let's get this show going." It officially feels like a brand new era. We've been saying it for like 6 months, but last night really made the full circle of like we are officially in a brand new WWE era. It's so far so good.
Well, so again, I didn't watch it live. I did check out a few clips late last night and then even today. So when Undertaker came out, this is when I really noticed it more. Again, just trying to watch clips, but the stage is set up a lot like a pay-per-view stage for them right now. So I don't know if SmackDown's going to get a similar change or not, but I do like having that floor level stage. I think that kind of works with how they want to do it because you want still people to be able to buy tickets up there. So I just think that's a better look.
I like a good light show, right? I like a good light show. I don't need the full stage structure because you can do so much with professional lighting nowadays for entertainment and live events. That's really what they're doing. All that shit is LED screen with a bunch of great up and back lighting and lighting structures above, and they know how to use it. They've got pros programming that shit. It looked phenomenal. I'm pumped to go to Raw in April now, which I think we just got to find one or two more, and I'll call and make that order. Hopefully, it's still available. But I'm excited to go to Raw and hopefully see that setup there.
Right.
Because me and JR were talking about last night. You probably didn't see it all because you were working then. But I mean, like the production level that they put on last night was fucking better than anything they've been doing in WWE. I would bitch a lot about those stupid graphics when they walk out. I don't even think the ring's smaller. I think they just made the whole arena feel smaller because they took the giant Megatron down. They don't have all the big staging anymore. It's real minimalist, but it's not when the entrances are happening. And more pyro. Like, holy
you don't really need a Titantron though. Like as you mentioned, with the graphic stuff, like you don't really need that much Titantron because who's really watching those videos anyways? I mean, it was really, if you look back at the Attitude Era, it was basically like a glorified highlight reel for everybody who's coming down the ring anyways. Nowadays, it's basically like you're just flashing a name, like maybe a likeness here and there. You're not really showing highlights or anything like that from them. So I appreciate going smaller with that kind of stuff because I think, like you said, Ace, like you can use the lighting so much better when you minimize some of the stage aspects. JR, what are you thinking?
I was going to say, I'm leaving it open for JR to contribute.
Well, so I like the fact that they didn't have as much of that garbage like Ace was talking about. I just think the whole thing was absolutely dead on in terms of how they presented it, how they made it into a big deal. I was telling Ace in our text, I love the way that they went to the crowd, to the here are the dignitaries or the celebrities that are here, and they showed their own roster there watching, which I thought was super cool, to be honest with you.
Yeah, dude. Some of those people got bigger pops than the fucking guys wrestling last night. I'll tell you that much right now. Macaulay Culkin definitely got a bigger pop than
that was crazy.
Some people out there. The Ashton Kutcher one. I was interested to see how that went. I saw him before they did it. Like you could see him sitting there, and I was like, "That's fucking Ashton Kutcher." Because, like, right, the talk of him is he's been like really laying low ever since the Diddy shit came out because he's so tied to Diddy. It was okay. He got a better reception than Hogan. So
yeah,
fuck you, Hulk Hogan.
And we're gonna get into that. Don't worry, guys. Oh my god, I didn't find a picture of that. I should have looked harder. I text our group chat for the show last night. Fucking like only fucking Travis Scott can walk through the crowd with a fucking burning blunt. And then Jay's after post show, you see that where he's like, he won't let me inhale that shit. I want after the show chat. Like, first of all, we kind of saw that like they aren't pushing the envelope, but they do know there's freedoms on Netflix now.
So there was one thing that I don't know if you guys noticed it when The Rock came out and was shaking people's hands. There was something he said that got edited or got blocked, and I don't know if that, because then I heard somebody else say bullshit. So,
yeah, I guess I don't know. I just, like I said, with the Blunt thing, I think, was it someone cursed? I don't remember who. Maybe Cena said something.
Yeah.
I don't remember. But just as far as like I think Triple H said this. He's like, we're going to stay PG, but we're definitely going to find the line more now.
Yeah.
Where,
Well,
let's
you
be
get more
honest. Yeah, let's be honest. Vince, even when he could have done that, wasn't going to do that anymore. You know what I mean? When there was times that it kind of called for it. Oh yeah, I mean, let's. I think we said this like a year ago, or it was Mania time. I think we said it on the show. Or like, this is all just the beginning of Rock eventually owning WWE. And when everything with Vince started happening, I think that was where it was. We need someone that can come in here, and that's not tied to the family.
Well, yeah, and
He still
I'll say
kind of
this,
is, but
not tied by blood.
yeah.
Well,
Triple H and Stephanie are always going to have that. He can run it, but there's going to be shade if he's the owner.
Right. I was going to say, so you mentioned like as far as people swearing and stuff like that. I mean, Pat McAfee's already kind of on his own level, but him calling Dom dumbass repeatedly, I was like, oh, this is totally different, because he would never have gotten away with that, even just on USA Network. You can't say it. I mean, it's not like that 70s show didn't just kind of push that boundary a little bit with dumbass, but you couldn't just openly mock and say something of that level towards or about a talent. So I think that they're going to let them play a little bit on commentary, because even Michael Cole went a little harder on Dom last night than normal. I mean, he's normally trying to toe like a kind of a middle line. But he went a little harder on Dom than he normally would.
He went a little harder on Jey Uso's entrance too, and he shouldn't have. Michael Cole should have just chilled out.
Yeah. I remember texting you that. I was like, what the fuck is with that moron?
Oh my god. We opened with a shooting Rock though.
Yeah. He needs to make sure he shaves, by the way. The stubble's kind of showing the age a little bit there.
Looking a lot like Dave Bautista.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I got a text from somebody who and it's absolutely fit. The minute you texted that to me, I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Bautista. It's funny though. It's just so funny how wrestling fans are, right? Because I've seen people already be like, oh, no, there goes heel Rock. It's like, clearly he wasn't there to set anything up, really. Well, maybe. But this won't be much of a heel because it's a family thing, so they both can be faces. It still comes down to it's the family thing. He's still wearing Final Boss shit, right? Like, that's not just Rock.
And I thought he was going to steal that. I'm going to butcher the name if I try it, but like that.
No, the necklace. Just the necklace.
Like, I thought for sure he was going to just take that and just.
Here's the deal. I said it too. I was like, watch him. He just puts it on himself. There was a very large undertone in that whole match where he does his early promo and he's like, I'll be watching. Right. And then he comes out and puts that on Reigns. Like, with him now actually being an actual high chief now, or is about to become a real high chief in Samoa. And then they made the comment on commentary about the necklace being, it's only given to the high chiefs. So the fact that they were talking so much about him becoming this real high chief, and then that necklace is only given to people who are high chiefs, it was like, come on, guys. So Rock's going to get in this, right? Like, he has to end this. Kudos to them. Maybe that's the easy call. Maybe there's a story we don't see, or there's an angle they're going to go with that we're just not seeing yet. And that stare down was maybe the beginning. But I mean, They could have, but the other thing is, he's rumored to not be at Mania this year, and that's already been set. So there's no need to do anything yet. If he was gonna be at Mania, I get it, but there was so many openings though to fucking have him just do something. What's up, Clint?
There's Clint.
Clinton.
Top shelf right there. You're not actually wrong there, Ace. There is a lot of things that they could do. I think if he skips Mania, which is probably fine, I definitely can see already with what they have with. We didn't even touch about like Tiffy winning.
Oh fuck yeah,
the
Tiffy
title
cashed
SmackDown
it in.
stuff. So I mean, realistically, we already have enough storylines going into the Royal Rumble. There's enough things that can keep going past Rumble to all the way to Mania because. I mean, all the women's stuff is firing right now too, with the new titles. Just so that's
we're
really
gonna see that kick off at Rumble,
right?
There's just too many. You got Becky being rumored. Becky, I heard something about Becky was supposed to come back last night, and they scrapped it last minute.
Because I think other promos just.
I also saw someone trying to say that The Rock's intro took so long that they had to scrap Penta's debut. The fact that they played the graphic that they did, there was no plans of Penta debuting last night.
No,
there was no plan of that. You can tell.
Yeah, so I guess he was backstage. What I saw was that he was backstage in case they wanted to move it up if they felt that they had time to possibly give him an actual peek out in front. But the graphic was already planned. And then the match next week was already planned in advance. So it wasn't going to be a match. It was going to be literally just maybe him making a face debut.
And it's in San Jose next week, which I believe is closer to where he has ties in Cali. I don't remember.
Right.
Maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. But obviously that's who Gable's getting next week. Right. Cole fucking spoiled that later in the show when which luchador will Gable wrestle?
Yeah.
Hey, I don't remember fucking Cole saying anything about a luchador. Maybe I missed that part. Did he?
He said he wants the best luchador.
I missed that. I didn't hear that. But I mean, so obviously that's the setup. That's what's going to be. But I mean, you got Charlotte. You got a possible Becky return. You got Bliss being heavily rumored to make her come back now at the Rumble. There's a lot more that can go down in the women's side of things come fucking February, whatever, 1st, I think it is. That's the only thing I'm pissed about the cruise is that we don't get to watch the Rumble live and we don't get to do a watch along for the Rumble. So one of my favorites.
So, I mean, even Jericho did a little thing on his Instagram or whatever, as far as talking about, the next cruise will be in the fall of 2026. So you basically have almost a year and a half, almost 2 full years to get shit ready for the next cruise. Because he's trying to avoid this because, the fall Survivor Series, it's a major pay-per-view, but it's not as big. You're not really going to interrupt and disrupt anybody's NFL playoff stuff. Like last year was a scramble for people to fucking find the AFC Championship game or the NFC Championship game. You missed the Royal Rumble
too, right?
It should be, yeah, because this should be that Pro Bowl weekend, basically, right between the NFC AFC Championship games and the Super Bowl, supposedly. But that's also why the Rumble moved back to this week that weekend is because of the same thing, as they're trying to avoid any conflict with the NFL because they have to worry about so much shit from Peacock now too. So
yeah, and that's the one thing is like next to Mania, even if you're not a WWE guy, the Rumble's the one. Mania and Rumble are the two that bring the most casual fans in. And I mean, I love a good fucking Rumble, dude. I'm pumped for the end of this month before we get on the cruise ship for Absolute's Winter Brawl Rumble. It's gonna be a blast.
Winter Brawl Classic.
Sorry, but I mean, yeah, that's the one kind of poop thing about being on the boat. But yeah, man, great stare down between those guys. We got Cena there for the last time.
Cheers, by the way.
Here's the deal. I was thinking about it too, because when he came out, it was a really big pop, right? I mean, there was a lot of years I was part of the Cena, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But I had such a good time fucking booing that man. You know what I mean? Uh, on 2 occasions at a Monday Night Raw in Minneapolis, we've had basically interactions. Once we were like second row, and him and I were jaw jacking during a commercial break. Like I was making fun of him, and he threw it right back at me, and then I said something, and we all had a good laugh.
Nice.
And then there was one time too where it was Raw was in Minneapolis at the Target Center on a Monday night, and like that very next weekend was going to be Cowboy Viking playoff game.
Mm.
So of course, me and my buddies, we show up with our Cowboy jerseys on, and he cut a promo off air after Raw ended, and we looked everywhere, guys. We were the only motherfuckers in that building that night that had Cowboy jerseys on. And he comes out and says, "Minnesota nice. I love how Minnesota nice. Blah, blah, blah. Hell, you're so nice. You even let Cowboy fans in here." And he points in our direction, and we're all like, everyone's just booing us. And we're all like, "Yeah, woo!" We lost as always, but that's the kind of shit that it's like he gets it. I'm not like, I hope you fucking die, Cena. I'm just like, "Ooh, I hate you. You're not fun. You suck. You're for the kids."
Keep it playful.
You know what I mean? But that's the thing. It's like he'll do shit like that, and it's like the one I don't remember what the whole fucking joke was. It was something about I said something, he said something about he can hear me, and I think it was like I made some smart ass comment like, "Yeah, I'd fucking hope so. I'm like 20 feet away from you or something." And he said something, and we both kind of were like, like it was all in fun. And that's what you gotta love about that guy is he did make the haters love him.
Yeah.
Because you loved hating on him so much, but he was so open to letting you hate him as a wrestling fan. And he's probably the most polarizing figure in wrestling as far as having that much division in his fan base. Austin's the bad guy who became good because of his antics, but Cena was the guy that never really wavered character-wise. You just chose
once he was
a
good,
side.
he was good.
You just chose a side. You know what I mean? And God bless you. God bless him. The guy did a shitload. Stop typing, Dan.
Well, so actually, you know what I heard? This is like a little NFL thing. The Chicago Bears have asked the Cowboys if they can interview Mike McCarthy for their opening job.
That.
Which, by the way, if Mike McCarthy wants to come back to the NFC North, the Bears will be absolutely shit for the next 4 to 5 years, however long they sign him for. I will say this though, Clint Dye brought up seeing his shirt last night was pretty slick. I watched a Cultaholic video last week about like the 10 worst shirts of all time. And I can't believe a single one was not John Cena with how fucking bright and audacious they are. But he always has such a good, like, it's always like a cartoon graphic of him. And it's always such an uplifting.
Looking like a big bowl of Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah, exactly. And then the motherfucker gets a fucking sponsorship or endorsement deal with Fruity Pebbles. Like, it's just smart marketing. But again, he has just been so, I think that's part of it, right? Because we talked about this all the time. All of us have gone to WrestlePalooza. We've all been to the Bauhaus show too, and the Bauhaus show annoys the fuck out of me. It's at a brewery, and there's still kids that are allowed, and I fucking hate it, because I think First Wrestling's fantastic. There's no doubt about it, right? But when you add that kid dynamic, it is very frustrating at independent shows that are supposed to be kind of edgy. Like First always kind of puts out this like they're a little edgier, especially like WrestlePalooza and their VFW shows. Like those are always just adults only. But some of these other ones, I'm like, this is just not the same. And John Cena was always that way with me too. It was like, it's just not the same good guy, because I became a fan back again during the Attitude Era and the Monday Night Wars. So everybody who was an anti-hero or a bad guy was cool. I did not want to see bright colors. And then John Cena, even the throwback jerseys, a little too bright colors, but at least it has some kind of thing with like the white rapper gimmick, but
His two best shirts, though, one was when he clearly mimicked the AWA logo with the Hustle,
yes.
Loyalty, Respect.
Yep.
And then the 8-bit Nintendo game one.
Right.
Those were fucking dope. You know, the other thing too, and this isn't just for a guy in pro wrestling, but this is just for anybody who has celebrity status that can reach at a level like a John Cena, and that is you cannot ignore what he's done for Make-A-Wish.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't. I mean, he's made the most wishes out of any other celebrity around, and I don't think anyone's gonna be able to touch that number.
Oh, it's so far. Like the second closest is not even fucking close.
Because here's the deal: a WWE can make him do that all they want, but at a certain point, he's at a level where he could be like, "It's enough, man."
Yeah.
And he never did.
No.
Never did. And that's the thing. You see videos of him in public where people just start filming him or shit like that, and he's so like even the one where the dude was filming him in the store and he was like,
Yeah.
usually
Knock it off.
I would ask someone permission before I just filmed him.
Yeah.
And he was so nice about it when it's like, dude, fucking punch that guy. Fucking punch that asshole. My favorite's when he was filming a movie and some people were in their apartment building and they could see him in the street and they were like 5 floors up hanging out their window looking out on the street. And they started playing the Cena theme song on their phone. And you see him like talking with someone on the set. All of a sudden he just kind of stops, looks up. And they're like, ah! They're like, ah! The song's playing, and he kind of just looks up and goes, real quick. Like, here's the deal. People got, and we're going to touch on this, right? We'll get into this. It'll be a good segue. People are, there's certain people in the wrestling community who are up in arms over, you can't treat Hogan like that. He did things for this business. Okay. Cena did a lot of things for the modern era of this business.
A lot more.
Mm-hmm.
Hogan
in my view,
Hogan may have been huge, but Hogan didn't have nowhere near the schedule John Cena had, being that guy who was the face of that company.
Right.
I guarantee you that.
Dude, that's 100%. And that's a really smart thing to say, because if you really think about it, right? So wrestling's like their last real boom period on TV outside the golden era, which was Hulkamania, right, became the Monday Night Wars. Well, once all that ended, how did you get it back? That ruthless aggression era was how WWE kind of kept this whole thing rolling. And it was a lot of the shoulders on John Cena, Kurt Angle, Eddie Guerrero, like a lot of those guys, obviously. But John Cena was there for everything. Ruthless aggression. He started the ruthless aggression era, right? Because he's the one who fucking cut that promo in the ring with Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
And then he stayed through all the PG and then all like the little after, kind of goes to Hollywood and stuff like that. But he, like, his star power and his ability to connect, and a lot of it has to do with the outside the ring stuff, right? Now, we don't know if there's any kind of nefarious shit or whatever. Obviously, I'm sure there's some people pissed off about the whole Nikki Bella thing not working out or whatever. But realistically, he's still a guy who did his fucking best to deal with a terrible situation. All those Make-A-Wish stuff is like just terrible situations that you're still trying to make the best of all the time. And he helped make the best of those situations. So,
and here's the thing,
outside of Chris Benoit, like he's
shit out there. Like, did you guys ever hear him on Howard Stern where he talks about like, oh yeah, I love hooking up with fucking fat chicks?
Yeah.
There's supposedly there was a waitress here in town at one of our downtown establishments that when they did a house show here, she went back to his room with him.
Oh, really?
Well, good for her. I'm sure. But honestly,
and you know what?
Some of that's even still charity work. Who knows?
Well, but here's the deal: you see that shit in the Bella episode, right? A guy, because when he was doing that shit, he wasn't at that level. Now he's at a level where he has responsibility.
Right.
Which is why she had to sign a fucking contract to be with him. And yeah, half of that shit's just for that stupid show. It's not real.
Right.
But I do think there is a portion of that relationship that we saw that was real on how much he was protecting himself in that situation. Because this guy worked nonstop for what? 8-10 years? And I'm talking non.
A decade straight, yeah, for sure.
Unless he was hurt.
a torn pec here and there or
And
something?
that's the thing. Even John Cena hurt. John Cena was back usually like a month or two before anyone else.
Super Cena, yeah, comes back from that fucking like ACL, MCL tear.
Yeah, the Rumble.
Quicker than AP did, so.
Hey, I'm all for 2025 ride. I think I might even said it to you guys when I was texting you guys earlier or last week about the tickets for Raw that we might be purchasing in April. And it was like, I'm not going to lie. It's going to be his probably last time in WWE in Minnesota in a ring. I kind of want to see it.
Yep.
I kind of want to be there. I'm for it. So, I think it's going to be, and me and Nello were talking about this last night. Like, and he said this in his promo, like a lot of people are talking, who's going to be my final man? And I didn't even ask that before he got into that part. I literally text him and I'm like, who's his first match?
Yeah.
Who gets the first match? There's so much he's going to do in this next year. Does he get
obviously the first thing he's going to do is go win the Rumble.
You can't have that be his first match back,
I don't
though.
know if he wins the Rumble.
I don't think he's going to win because otherwise it's not he's got to climb the hill.
Well, even that, like the way he was so aloof about even number 17 or whatever, right? Like, I don't know. I don't think that happens. I mean, sure, maybe, who knows? I don't know how WWE wants to structure it or book his final run. But I will say this, though.
That'd be awesome.
I would not be surprised if you have him because he might be just booked for a match at Royal Rumble. He might do the Rumble match if they book that last or whatever, and then he might just have another match earlier in the night. I could see, because technically the story never fucking finished, him and CM Punk. I'm just saying that.
So I almost was thinking that's how he wins the title, right? Because the rumor, and I don't know, we'll see what happens. But right now, the rumor is the heavy rumored was that it was penciled in for Reigns and Punk, right? Because Reigns has the title still, right? So it was being talked about that was going to maybe be the title match at Mania. We already know he's going through December, right? He's doing all of 2025. So Mania is just the halfway point for Cena.
Right.
So I was thinking that too, because you go back to, was their last match Money in the Bank when Punk won? I don't think it was their last match because then Punk came back a couple months later. But I mean, that's the one everyone remembers, right? Is Cena was supposed to save the title for WWE and he doesn't do it, and Punk leaves through the crowd and fucking is never going to come back. Whatever. But yeah, like the crowd popped the most for Punk when he said that name.
There you go.
But again, who's the first guy? Who's the first fucking guy? Because
this may not be a bad option as far as Randy Orton, Cena. I mean, just because of their long history together. I mean, as far as that class from OVW, I mean, outside of Brock Lesnar, which that might be a tail end of the year, if you will. I wouldn't be surprised that might be a Survivor Series match. Lesnar and Cena one last time or whatever. But
shoot, that could be both of their last matches.
So
they're going to save Lesnar's last match for SummerSlam in Minneapolis. You got 2 nights to deal with and stuff like that. And they always have a little bit of a lull coming out of WrestleMania through the summer anyway. So SummerSlam needs to be their way of picking back up into the fall and stuff. So
I was gonna say, I don't know. They seem to really still keeping Brock at a distance, but
for right now. But we'll see what happens.
Fucking Hogan's there, so anything's possible.
Hogan's beer sponsored a fucking ring spot or whatever, or some sponsorship.
We're gonna get into that. Matches that we had: Uso and was it Drew McIntyre?
Yes.
Yep. Good match again. Travis Scott smoking a blunt. Personally, though, I do love the new Travis Scott song that they're using as the theme song. I like it. I like the beat.
Also funny because I texted Ace. If you didn't watch, I texted him and said, "Gosh, it's too bad that Jey Uso's not over." Holy shit! Did that place go nuts?
Oh man,
that was so awesome.
I mean, geez, it only could have been better for him if Whitney was right there ringside. R.I.P. Whitney, by the way.
R.I.P. Whitney. R.I.P.
Waving her hand. I'm your girl. You remember?
Dude.
He has a restraining order probably against her right now.
But you know
Right.
what? That's probably why she's not here. She probably went to that fucking show and didn't tell us.
She's in jail. She had to go to court,
Somewhere in LA, she's just
order of
fucking being
protection
held.
against her. Um, well, another friend of the show, Jordan Max, was there. And was putting some pictures up from that last night.
Oh yeah.
Said it was pretty cool. So we also had Rhea Ripley take on Liv Morgan,
Great shot there.
brand new champion. Which I hope this doesn't mean the end of the whole Liv stuff, because I really have enjoyed Liv. Really have enjoyed Liv Morgan. Hopefully the title is not. Well, yeah, it is a great shot, Tom. It's funny because when I look for this shut online, like it has to be a certain file, and half of them online are not, so they won't work here in StreamYard.
Oh yeah, isn't it fucked?
But I will tell you this: huge pop when the fucking dong went off.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
because then she's just smiling, like she had a little bit of fear, and then all of a sudden, like she's just smiling, like okay.
Because
That's
for a
cool.
split second, I was like, "Yo, if he comes out as fucking Taker, right? The original Taker, and does that shit with her because she's dark,
Yeah.
I was gonna love it. I've never been one that's a big fan of the American Badass,
Right.
but I did pop. I was with it. It was cool. I get it. You're trying to have these guys who really helped build Raw when it was brand new be a part of this, and that's awesome. I'm not sure, was this or the Hogan spot supposed to be Austin? Everybody kept talking about how Austin was supposed to be there, but
I hope it was Hogan.
Apparently there's issues. I don't know.
My whole thing
Austin
was
and WWE.
Yeah, I think what these guys did right in putting together the show was making the casual fan, because let's be honest, there's a lot of people that normally wouldn't have watched that show, and I think what it showed them was that, holy cow, you don't know what to expect if you're going to watch Raw now. And is that going to hold true forever? Of course not. We all know that it's an impossibility for that type of surprise to keep popping up. But they did a great job of showing old fans, casual fans, what they can expect, peppered in with it, because all of those matches were really good.
Yeah, that's the
100%,
thing.
yeah.
The opening match, Roman Reigns solo, fucking great. All the interference.
It was awesome.
It was amazing. Owens comes out, Cody comes out. Like, it was fucking great, dude.
It was yeah.
You move along to that women's match. Great match. These were pay-per-view worthy matches. With the with the exception of, well, not really, because it was the 4 matches. So then we had Uso and McIntyre, which was good. That was the one match that didn't have really story to it.
Yeah.
But whatever. It's 2 big names. And then your main event, Punk Rollins. Great match. With a show of that magnitude and how much they've been building it, yeah, expected a little bit more fireworks for the ending of that match. Didn't get it. If that would have been like any other spot other than the main event, no complaint. Great match. Right. I hope we see more of that. I forget how much those two have like crossed paths before WWE. Like I really do forget that. So to hear all that going into that match last night, I was like, fuck. Yeah, these two know each other. Like this could be good.
Yeah, it's a lot longer than people really.
And those fucking go to sleeps last night, bros.
Oh, they were
both of them were throwing him stiff as fuck.
Well, so let me ask this question as you mentioned that, right? Because Rhea Ripley had to win with multiple Riptides, and then Punk wins with multiple GTSs. Is this something we're going to start seeing? Is where you have to hit your finisher twice?
Well, I don't think
really accentuate it.
I don't think really start. I think it's already been there. I think we see that a lot as is right now, which is kind of the complaint, is you're fucking taking that power away from these finishing moves when it has to be done so many times.
Right.
If it's done right, cool. So like with Ospreay and Okada, Like, that's a match you can get away with that because they've thrown everything out. It has to be that match where they've thrown everything at each other. Like, by the
Yeah.
time we had the multiple go to sleeps to end the match, we have already had a few before that, right? So, I mean,
yeah, like Okada's like Rainmaker Lariat. That makes sense multiple times just because it is just still a stiff clothesline.
it has
But,
to
like,
be a thing, though, where, like, we're getting multiple covers that aren't just off that move.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that's what the Okada and Osprey match did very well. That whole thing from start to end was just a fucking classic.
Oh, Jesus.
Blown away.
Right.
As soon as that match ended, my friend Casey, who I watched it with, who you guys have maybe seen on one or two of our watch alongs, he's also been on the show like a couple years ago. I was at his house watching World's End, and like as soon as the bell rang, I just was like, "Fucking match of the whole show." I don't care what's after this. And he was like, "Yeah, 100%."
Like there's always supposed to be like a setup move, right? Like that was the whole thing. Like you're supposed to have a move that sets it up where, like, a power bomb doesn't necessarily win it, but also like like the DDT kind of moves away from a finisher to all of a sudden like now it's a setup move, and then I'm throwing you into the ropes, and then I hit you with whatever. Like like I always thought a Michinoku driver should be a finisher too, but like people just like, it doesn't have the force. I'm like, you're dropping something on their fucking head. Like, are you sure?
You're killing it. Well, you think of people like Hogan, you think of people like excuse me, was I don't even remember now.
Well, because even Hogan was like the big
well,
boot.
Hogan,
him up.
They all had the choreograph that once it started, you knew.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You knew that this is
multiple moves.
Go. Here it is. We're at the end. And then you get someone like Austin. You get someone like Rock. You get someone like Triple H. You get someone like Michaels with Sweet Chin Music that were so good about they didn't need the setup. They could throw those fucking moves and end the match out of nowhere. Or
like anything with like cutter or stunner base. Yeah, the cutter, diamond cutter from DDP, same thing. Yeah, something out of nowhere. I understand that.
But the thing is, like, most moves can be done out of nowhere. Like,
Hogan's
leg drop can be done when anytime someone's on the mat. Doesn't have to be from. It doesn't always have to start from him getting beat up and then coming to his knees and doing the fucking point. Yeah, it doesn't always have to be that way, guys. That doesn't always happen in a fight.
What? Wait, I can't just
happened
point
to me
at
one time down in a bar in Iowa City where I was beating the shit out of a guy, and all of a sudden he started shaking and pointed at me, and then I ran the fuck away.
Right? Yeah,
he ran off the wall. He came in with a big boot, fucking ran off the same wall, fucking gave me a big leg drop. I don't know what the fuck happened. I was out for 3 weeks.
Next thing I know, I wake up in a hospital.
Fucking got the Andy Kaufman fucking neck brace.
Oh man, what a
Jesus.
So when we go back to Raw, I think it was safe to say there's two things that I myself was somewhat critical on, and that was I wish there was more fireworks at the end. I think there could have been more done with that Punk and Rollins match.
Yeah.
No harm, no foul though. The other miss,
brother.
This right here, this is you can see it in his face. He's like, "Fuck, why did I do this?" First of all, like, okay, this just doesn't make any sense to me. There must have been some sort of falling out between WWE and Austin. There must have been.
Well,
he's had his beer out way longer. It's actually told to have that it's a good beer. He also was right there next to Triple H most of their careers.
But here's the thing. Let's step back a bit. All right. Maybe, just maybe, part of the deal is Hogan is a sponsor. His beer is a sponsor, but it's got a spot on the ring. Maybe that's part of the deal. Where and maybe Austin's like, I'm not fucking doing that.
Well, but like this shit didn't come out till like a day or two before Raw.
Yeah.
I don't know. It feels odd. Like someone, because I always look to how we connect dots, right? So if anyone in the chat knows, or maybe you guys remember, the night before and during the show last night, they were doing the drone shows outside,
Mhm.
right? I don't remember seeing one of Hogan. Did they do one of him when he came out? Did they show? I don't remember any drones being shown doing any of the Hulkamania shit or his fucking logo.
I don't think so.
But the night before, they were doing the Smoking Skull.
Hmm.
So again, I hope it's not the case, because I really like knowing the door is always open for Austin, because he doesn't use it much, but when he does, it's fucking fun. WrestleMania 30 at New Orleans when he came out, him, Rock Hogan in the ring, fucking his match with Owens. I mean, all this, that, like, he comes back and it's worth it. Hopefully there was no like bad blood with WWE and him because of this beer deal or whatever. The thing that surprises me is, though, like, I've heard such great reviews about Stone Cold's beer. I've heard great reviews about the people who the company that makes it.
El Segundo.
And then like I've heard that like Hogan's beer is basically just Miller Lite.
Sounds about right. I mean, where do you think he marketed it first? Upper Midwest, baby. Started in Wisconsin when he fucking started marketing this shit. So
Like I've heard it's not great. Like it's just a fucking bland beer.
very possible.
I don't know who's making it, but that's what I've heard from people that I know who have had it. It just seems odd that, first of all, you think Paul would know better, right? Like,
Well, so here's the thing. I typed it in because I'm fucking curious. Now this is on Reddit, so take it with a grain of salt, right? But there's a guy that says, for those that aren't aware, Steve Austin is committed to a Nevada desert racing group that he participates on a regular basis.
yeah, he is.
He does regular races and competitions.
He does.
He was out doing that apparently or something. Maybe that's, I don't know.
Yeah, he's Stone Cold super into the racing. This is true.
Yeah.
It's a lot of his Instagram is that. It's that and cats.
Love you. I love you, Panchy.
Quality cat right there, Pancho. Pancho, no, you motherfucker. It's fucking great. But here's the deal.
Look at that look.
It's just, I mean, that is the look of, he's like, okay, it's officially over. And then you got Jimmy Hart in the back. It's like, oh man, why'd I sign up for this, brother? Oh my God, brother, we got to get out of here, brother. Oh my God. Oh. There's been so much online today about this, right? People we know and that we work with in this business giving their opinions. And I try to stay middle lane on a lot of things, because it is there's a lot of back and forth in this community of wrestling. But to see so many people being like, "Oh man, just because he voted for fucking Trump, just because blah, blah," or like someone we know was talking about, like, "Oh, whatever, he made these comments, but he must be a nice guy. Why would they have him on TV again more?" And just because I literally commented on one person's thing today when they were talking about how it was shameful that people booed it, and I was like, and they were like, they really need to show him respect. I was like, as soon as he learns how to respect people of color, I will respect Hulk Hogan. Now, as a wrestling fan, I got a shirt with him on, and I still wear that motherfucker to this day, because those are pivotal moments in my childhood growing up watching him.
Right.
But that doesn't mean I have to encourage him. That doesn't mean I have to cheer for him. That doesn't mean I have to like him as a person. And again, I'm sorry, but as soon as you can show respect to people of other cultures, then we can talk.
Here's the thing.
Also,
accomplishments of the past do not forgive future sins. And people, I mean, people that say, "Oh, he was a Trump supporter."
Sure.
I mean, there you go. You should. But here's the "Oh, he's a Trump supporter." That had nothing to do with it. Undertaker had Trump on his podcast with him and Kane. And nobody gave a shit. You know why? Because Undertaker's not a piece of shit. Period.
Yeah.
Period.
Jericho is a Trump supporter. He's donated to the campaign, all that. Here's the deal. and that what's sad to me is the people who are complaining about that. I just don't get it. Like all this political shit, and it's like, first of all, what do you mean? Do you not remember? I the racial slurs that he has said on tape more than once, more than once, guys. That means when he does apologize for this shit, it's not sincere because it wouldn't happen more than once otherwise. And again, it's already been said the last time this happened, and he had to come and do the apology in the locker room. It really wasn't an apology, according to a lot of the talent. No one took it serious. Everyone said it. There was no direct apology. It was more of just him skating around it.
I was just going to get to like that. Listen, he probably thinks he can take liberties because he got called the N-word one time by Booker T by mistake.
And here's the deal, too. The best thing is there's still that picture floating around, too, of Booker T standing behind Hogan on the Raw stage when they brought him back one time after this supposed apology. And you can see the look of disgust in Booker T's face. And then on top of that, that whole fucking recording with him and his son when his son was sitting in jail after that accident and trying to justify that the kid who was living off machines because of riding in the car with his son had some bad juju and he had bad vibes and karma got him. Motherfucker, your kid driving 150 is what
trying to learn how to fucking drift. Yeah.
That's what got him. Teach your kid to take responsibility for 100%. What he fucking did and not try to help him talk it out on why this really wasn't our fault. Fuck that, dude. And that's why it's
but so what you say is one of the things that's so important in our society right now. Nobody seems to want to take responsibility for their fucking actions. Nobody. And those of us that do, I think, you know, if we fuck up, we feel bad about it and then we fix it. I don't feel like Hogan feels bad about any of it.
No, because
he's just out. I mean, and it's a sad fucking thing because they give him chance after chance after chance, and nobody is. I mean, I don't even know why they keep bringing him back at this point.
Well, listen, because more poetic than him literally on the mic saying last night, you've stuck with me through thick and thin and up and down. And while he's saying the whole
boo!
Listen, I want to try and play devil's advocate because there is a few people who are beyond reproach when it comes to these types of things. But Hulk Hogan is not one of them anymore. Because even that, listen, I have had some conversations with people who understand how life works. And with this many opportunities, we have given it to so many socialites and social media personalities and shit like that. Like, well, they didn't know that they were being a dickhead in the moment. Like, you say that shit to young children. You can't say that to a guy who is, 75 or whatever? You can't say that about a guy like, hey, well, you got to give him more opportunities. No, you're that old. You grew up. I don't care if you grew up around the shit. You can learn. You shared locker rooms with people who are of other cultures, Hispanic, Black, Asian. You have been in all those locker rooms. You have fought guys who are of different cultures.
You did still act like such a fucking bitch. Mr. T as your partner.
Yeah, exactly. WrestleMania 1. You were on the side of minorities at that point. What the fuck changed, dude? The fuck changed?
You know what changed? The only color that Hogan loves is green.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. 100%. Very selfish.
But then the other part of it is when you look at WWE / WWF, how many dirtbags have they given another opportunity to?
I mean, are we talking about Vince himself or?
Well, I mean, here's the deal.
Yeah, there's one.
And just in general, do
you remember
business period?
Oh yeah,
is known for having.
But you remember when it was almost like Flair was going to get canceled?
That's true.
Because of that Airplane from Hell.
Because he did helicopter dick to that.
Yeah.
Helicopter dick. Which, by all means, if he would have done that nowadays, his ass be in jail. So I get it, but also you're trying to talk about something 20 years ago. But like again, like you said, Hogan's just a different story.
Mm-hmm.
Because the other
100%.
thing too, like I was saying, Cena, what he's done compared to what Hogan did, Hogan can't match. The other thing with Hogan, right, is the two people he has to give credit to is going to be Vern Gagne and Vince McMahon.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Those are the two. He started developing the character over in AWA with Vern.
Correct.
Yep.
He ain't smart enough to come up with this shit on his own, guys. We know this.
No.
So it was a pitch from Vern. McMahon saw what it was and knew like, okay, I can turn this into something way bigger, and did it. The other thing too is when you get down and talk about how all the things Hogan's done for the wrestling business. Okay, what? Explain to me what? Because Bruno Sammartino held the title longer than that motherfucker. Like what? What did he do other than he was the first guy that was shoved down people's throats in mainstream entertainment, right?
Yeah.
That wasn't him. That was, and I hate saying it because it's one shitbag to another shitbag, but that was Vince McMahon and his business strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It wasn't Hogan. And when you want to get down to it, Hogan was limited in the ring. That's why his finish was a fucking leg drop.
So
Atomic leg drop. Atomic.
Here's the other thing to think about, though. I feel like one of the reasons that they brought Hogan back is because of the casual fan again. Most people who are not wrestling fans, they don't know that he's a dirtbag. For example, my mother says, "Oh my gosh, look at Hulk Hogan. He blah, 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 whatever." My mom will say shit. I'm like, "Mom, you realize he's kind of a piece of shit." Hulk Hogan was on WCCO radio promoting his beer. They treated him, they didn't ask him anything. It was all fluff. It's my beer. I'm going to be in town to promote my beer. Most people who are not wrestling fans still think, "Oh my God, Hulk Hogan, what a thrill." And when you put him in front of wrestling fans, you fuck yourself because nobody likes him.
Well, but that's what boggles my mind, JR, is I've seen more wrestling fans having an issue with what happened last night. I've seen more wrestling fans today talking about where's the respect for a legend like Hogan. Like, well, again, let's be also honest. There was one other very big dance partner that really made Hogan what he was after Mania 1.
RP?
100%. And then also, let's not forget another name that he should be thanking. Because if this didn't happen, who knows how far it would have gone? But fucking Sylvester Stallone. Because if he was never fucking Underlips, who knows how far Hulkamania would have really ran?
Right.
Like, let's be honest.
Absolutely.
That movie role really fucking did it. So,
yeah, I mean,
I get it. He was that guy. He was on everything. I grew up being a Hogan kid. I was a Hulkamaniac. Once I really got to see everything, it was like, okay, this guy sucks. You can't do shit. I'd rather give me Randy. You know what I mean? But it just boggles my mind to see people who are trying to defend this man today, when to me that was one of the greatest things I've ever seen. Was just
well. So here's why I can see maybe some people are trying to defend Hogan. As far as, he helped build, the rock and wrestling, the Hulkamania, all that sort of stuff. Obviously, he did have dance bars, Andre, Macho, Ultimate Warrior. A lot of other guys carried him in that ring, but also you got to give credit where credit's due. He was the vanilla version of Superstar Billy Graham, just his body
100%.
Ventura.
100%.
So he is that guy who took the Flash and the bleach blonde hair and made it over the top fucking popular. Because, I mean, but that's the thing. You still had Ric Flair doing all that shit over the NWA, but just nobody fucking knew about outside of the fucking Carolinas, basically. Or like up and down the East Coast.
Well, we talked about it.
Just make it more like national.
Maybe
even then, that's a limit.
Maybe it wasn't here we talked about this. Maybe it was when I was talking with Casey about Hogan Flair. When, when WWF had the chance to make that the Mania main event.
Right.
right? The two biggest wrestlers of the era finally in the same company together to have this big matchup, but they didn't do it. Instead, we got him and Sid, and we got Flair and Macho.
Yep.
Well, why?
Because Hogan.
Because when they tested the match out at house shows before Mania, fucking Hogan couldn't keep up with Flair, and they were god awful matches. And then Vince, I can't put this on TV.
Right. Well, and that's why you saw when you saw it in WCW years later, it was so bad because Flair had obviously lost several steps. I mean, this is not the Flair, Dusty Rhodes, Flair, Steamboat, Flair, Sting that we were seeing. This was Flair well past his prime, barely holding on to the fucking Four Horsemen at that point against Hulk Hogan in really an old timers run in the Monday Night Wars, but it was working, but also nostalgia. That was all it was really kind of based around. But I just thought of this, by the way. Maybe this is Hogan's Make-A-Wish, and he just really called one into John Cena, like, one more time, brother. I gotta get on Raw one more time, brother.
Dude, his storm out was great though. Like when he turned around. Hey, I mean, we're not gonna tell anybody they can't start a 2-count Discord. I know nothing about Discord. That's why I can't do it.
Yeah, Mike Dad's offered and stuff, so we'll talk off air about.
You got it, brother. Go for it. We'll support it. We'll hop in it. I just know nothing about it. Yeah, man. Fuck it. I texted this to JR though last night after we were bitching about it and laughing about it because it was great. Tim texted me too. He's like, "Are they fucking booing Hogan?" I was like, "Hell, fuck yeah." But I said JR message. I was like, you know what though? That song still bangs though.
Yeah.
Every American.
Yeah. What's so weird is that was still his theme song everywhere he went. The guy performs in fucking Japan. Still, I'm a real American. Canada.
Yeah, the only place he didn't have it was
Europe.
WCW.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, because by the time he was NWO, he's going with the Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah, but when he debuted there, he was still he was still the red and yellow, and they just didn't have the rights to it. Dude, I'd play that song at the bar when I was DJing some nights, dude. And fucking people pop, man. Yep. Oh, it would always happen, dude. Every time I'd play that, someone would try to get on the bar, or one of our bartenders would get on the bar.
Tim Noah?
No, we never let him do it. He'll do it at the cruise.
Hey, Tim Noah, can you put your shirt back on? Thank you.
Tim just ain't packing shirts when he comes on the cruise.
He's gonna have button ups, so you just let all those abs fly. By the way, we had Clint Dye in the chat earlier. He posted that another picture of Tim from Madhouse with those fucking abs. And I had to call him out like, yeah, listen, I get it. It's a great photo. Tim looks fucking fantastic in it. But maybe this subject matter is a little overhyped at this moment. Like maybe we just roll it back a little bit. All right. This guy's got a big head. I love Tim, but I love Tim. All right.
Did you just say Tim has a big head? That's mean. It's not that.
Well, not physically big head. Like, but his bravado, his ego might be getting a little out of check.
Here's the question, boys. The beer's a lock. It's a multi-year deal. But do you really think they'll bring him back on TV? I don't think so.
No.
I think after that, Paul was like, "Hey, man, you could have a good night. Here's your paycheck. Thanks."
100%, dude.
They'll push the beer.
Yeah.
But they ain't making that mistake twice.
No.
Not with the fucking momentum, and not just with WWE guys. Right now, wrestling is just hitting this resurgence. We are hitting a boom period again, where a big part of it is we had this new company come out a few years ago, AEW, and kind of shook things up. Well, then all the shit with Vince happened. He's gone. Prayers are answered, and every wrestling fan rejoices as DX takes full control of WWE for real.
Truly that. I mean,
God, I wish they would show up in like the DX Express and shit still.
Well, and The Rock's part of the TKO board of directors. So, I mean, this is really the boom time. I mean, especially with the top company, right? Like, AEW, what they're doing with like New Japan is fantastic. And I think that's helping the global market. I think that's going to help with building some of these feeders. I think what they're doing with WWE with not only finding the NIL people from college, but also then the ID program with trying to find these people in training or on independence. I think, like, honestly, right now in the independent scene, we know full well, like, I mean, Ace has fucking more jobs than he needs in fucking independent wrestling right now. But and by the way, that Social Experiment Wrestling, man, holy shit, dude, they got a couple
Yeah, dude. I'll tell
shows.
you what. I think it's March 22nd, Albert Lee, Minnesota,
That's a
VFW.
huge fucking show.
Stacked fucking show, boys.
Yeah.
Stacked show. The Vaudevillains,
Yeah.
fucking Hornswoggle, fucking Heath Slater. First time I get to fucking meet the man finally, not just through a computer screen. So I'm pumped.
Yeah, dude.
Because him and I, we had a good chat when he was on Wes's show, and God, there was another name or two that I just
Albert Lee, Minnesota, Demonic Dad. So it's not too far from you there. You know, you've been at all those Madhouse shows in Rochester. You can make your way over to Albert Lee. It's a little further and a little shittier than Rochester, but you know, hey, it's that last.
Let's be honest,
Big
it's a lot
city in
shittier
North
than
Iowa.
Rochester.
The Taryn and Dead show is on. I think that would be considered our rival podcast from the cruise.
Well, clearly, because I'm gonna fucking bury, you know, Dez because he dressed up like fucking Shawn Michaels, a fat Shawn Michaels in the gimmick gala last year. So
He did. I remember that.
so
now.
suck it.
Damn.
And Taryn's a lovely human being, so I wish her well. But
Hey, we asked him to be on the show last year.
well, you know how follow through is on that stuff, you know.
Where is it? There it is.
Social Experiment Wrestling, Demonic Dad. Social Experiment Wrestling. Go find them on social media. I'm sure Ace. Yeah, there it is. Out of nowhere. This is Ace's new gig, by the way. He's going to be the ring announcer over there. So,
yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be a good time. That's actually the second show for Social Experiment Wrestling. First one's in Redland, Iowa, February
22nd of February?
22nd.
Ha! Got it.
And March 20th. Social Experiments likes the number 22, apparently. And at that show, we got Dan the Dad no longer on the show, guys. Hate to say it, but Dan the Dad.
Oh, man.
Apparently conflict booking there. But still got Brothers of Fun Destruction, Victor Free, still got Luigi Primo, so that's gonna be fun. But that's the very first show. But then they're gonna follow it up real heavy with this one, which is gonna be cool. We've actually I don't know if you were there, Tom, but you were definitely there, JR. I think when we got to see half of the Vaudevillains in Waterloo.
Oh yeah,
I was not there. No.
Mm-hmm.
Simon Gotch, I assume.
Yep. No, not Simon Gotch. Oh yeah, Simon Gotch. No.
In English?
Aiden English was in Waterloo because he's a Chicago guy.
Yep.
That's right.
Also,
yeah, that's right.
Also, John Wayne Murdoch, Aaron Arsenal, Russ Hamilton, and Florida Man all going to be on this big show, and the Dope Kings. Yeah, dude, this is the second show, and there's like 7 more planned for the summer. So, guys, make sure you get on the board with the Social Experiment Wrestling. Very, very excited. They're also, I think they have like a sister company that puts on comedy, and they're doing a show with Hornswoggle doing comedy down in La Crosse. I don't know the exact date on that. I think it's a week or two before the show in Albert Lee, but Hornswoggle will be down over in La Crosse doing a show.
Well, he may not be. He may be
drop your boys' name when you working there, Ace.
Yeah, especially if they need some good commentary. You know, actually, you know what? See, here's the thing: people forget JR did commentary before for Crush Pro Wrestling, and it was not bad.
Hell
yeah! JR, I can make a pretty good fucking team on commentary.
Hell yeah! Yeah, and I don't even know. Like, I never met the gentleman.
They signed you fucking out of nowhere.
No. They're
a Randy Orton contract.
No, they're using the ring of our good friend and our favorite Austin Bayless.
CE Dub.
Yeah, Bridge City baby, which that date's been announced, so y'all mark that on your calendar. They're using him for the ring, and when they were talking to him, apparently ring announcer came up, and Mr. Bayless was so kind to say, "I know a guy."
That's how it happens. Much closer to you than the Alex Jaffe wannabe that he has. Love you, Bayless.
Yeah, that also, I'd like to just think that.
God, I will never be able to unsee that either.
Well, so here's another thing too. Anybody who declares themselves as the best ring announcer on the independents is clearly not. Like you have to get some backing from that, right? So, and I hate to give props to Ace, but he is generally one of the absolute best that I've ever seen do it. John Maddening is obviously clearly, up there as well. We've seen a lot of different independent
John Maddening. Kat Carter's killing the game, doing some ring announcing when she's not wrestling or refereeing.
Sure. Veda Scott's been doing some independent stuff here and there too. So she's
Veda Scott, and then Captain Midnight Guthrie can be friends sometimes. He doesn't do it a lot anymore, but in his day was one hell of a ring announcer as well. And we always like to give a shout out to our boy Mikey. He's kind of my backup for Absolute when I can't make there. We love Mike. He kicks ass as well. And then our good friend Chad from IPW. I mean, always does a great job, professional down there. A lot of great people that are doing it. But it's kind of.
This is not me trying to start a war, by the way. With
no. I'm just saying, like, it's a really fucking. I was thinking about it this week. It's a really weird way that life goes. Like if you would have asked me, like, when I first met JR doing radio, like, hey, in so many years, you guys are going to be like really tied to the independent scene for pro wrestling. Nah, I've tried.
Living out in Iowa, fucking. What the fuck?
And about to be my fourth year of doing ring announcing for wrestling, for the world of wrestling.
And how many different promotions now? Is this 3. The 4th, 5th?
This will be the 3rd.
No, because you did Wes's.
Oh yeah, 4. Yeah, they're one off.
Dude, it's still a promotion. It still existed.
It was still a promotion, and I'll tell you what, there's fucking Jared Briscoe was there. Our fucking good friend, Malenko was there.
Joe Malenko.
Shannon Moore was on the card. Mike Knox was on the card. Fucking no, that was a good show. Just Wes's guy he partnered with just didn't realize that you also should probably advertise the show and put posters up in the town that the show's happening.
Yeah, maybe. Sometimes that helps, I hear. Sometimes that helps.
But hey, either way, and I haven't done anything for CEW, and they have their guy, and he's awesome. He's a nice guy. We got to meet him at Bridge City. Super awesome guy. But the nice thing is we get to have a little bit of fun still with Bridge City. We did it this last year. We're coming back to do it again this year. I'll tell you what, from what I've been told from multiple people, is our little 20, 30 minute, pre-bit going into the show of doing all the entrance songs and stuff really got the crowd fucking hyped. Everybody was loving it. One of everybody's favorite moment of the night, actually, aside from the show, because there was a lot going on that day. So I mean, it's fun that we get to entertain.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's going to be a hell of a year, guys. We got a lot of stuff on the bucket. I got a lot of stuff going. Tom's got a lot of stuff going. JR's got stuff that people don't even know about going. That I'll tell you what. Get ready, guys. It's going to be a fucking ride. From here to SummerSlam in 2026, it's going to be a fucking ride.
I'll tell you what.
SummerSlam hits, and it's fucking all over.
Yeah. Then
yeah, you know what? We might want to just make plans for that. Hey, by the way, so
everything
we're gonna go real hard. August 2026. Come September 26th. You ain't gonna hear from us ever again.
Out, bro. We're out.
2 counts fucking done.
Yeah, man. I mean, dude, that's why we ain't even going on the cruise this year. Next year.
Yeah.
That's a big reason why. Because here's the deal. I've said it already. I'm not going to do the cruise. I said it last year. Then we go on the cruise, and it's just fuck, this is so fun.
Yes.
And the people. We have a really great crew.
That's what I love to see, by the way, too. Yeah. 2025 going to be full pain. Victor Payne, baby.
Yeah, baby. Vicious, baby. Yeah, it's going to be a fun year. Hopefully everybody will be here for the ride. We appreciate everybody. I'll tell you what, between talking cruise and then Raw, I don't think we need to get into much more. We kind of dabbled.
Just totally bashing Hogan, too. Fuck yeah, dude.
That's a great episode. Brother.
Yeah.
It's a terrific episode. It's one of the best of all time. I can't. Yeah,
let me tell you something, brother. The president knows what he's talking about.
That's right. I'll tell you this, guys. So, Ace touched on it a little earlier. 25th, the weekend before we go on the cruise, Ace and I don't know, maybe JR tag along. Who knows? Probably not. But we'll be down at Waterloo for Absolute Pro Wrestling Winter Brawl Classic. They got that battle royale, and more important, by the way, it will be the return on commentary of our good friend Badger Calhoun. It's so good to have him back after the whole heart stuff. So that's going to be a fun, possibly emotional night for all of us. But yeah, dude, looking forward to it, man. The fucking season's right around the corner. Like, it feels like it's been a long time because obviously we didn't really have a show for Christmas Eve, didn't have anything for New Year's Eve, but now being back 2025, like,
Bugsy, it's all good, brother.
No worries, buddy.
He didn't show up because Whitney's not here.
Hey, Whitney missed the show too, Bugsy. You ain't alone.
It's all good though, Bugsy. We appreciate you still stopping in, at least here at the end.
Oh shit, Bugsy, we're gonna get into that with you in the future then, because we're gonna want to. You're gonna probably be our Mania 41 correspondent come April, my friend.
That's true. Yeah, we'll get to some swag. Maybe, who knows? We'll get you some swag.
Hell yeah.
Because one day in Vegas, walking around with a 2-count shirt, people are gonna be like, I don't know what the fuck this guy's problem is. It's a black shirt in Vegas.
Hey, who knows? By April, then you never know.
Never know.
We appreciate everybody. I'll tell you what, we're seeing the rise in viewers and in listeners and in clicks on all of our stuff. So we really appreciate it. Please share.
By the way, you guys, if you haven't followed us on TikTok yet,
TikTok,
go find our TikTok account.
So you're gonna say go fuck yourself.
What?
You follow us on TikTok? Well, then go fuck yourself.
I thought you were, as you start saying like go follow us, I thought for a second like it was gonna be go fuck yourself. I was like, oh, my brain just so fucking warped on this one. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, go over and watch it because we've got some videos, some little short kind of historical legends of wrestling kind of videos, and they're pretty interesting. And the only thing that I don't like is that the photos are not they're AI generated, so they're not the actual people. But having said that, it would be awesome if you guys would go and watch that stuff. Give them some likes, give us a follow, give us a subscribe. We put them up on YouTube as well. So please help us out with that stuff. That's just a nice little thing, and they're pretty interesting if I'm honest.
Hell yeah, check it out, and maybe we'll put stuff on there of actually us doing things, like the Jericho Cruise.
Dude, we're gonna have,
so much stuff. All right, you guys, we done?
We're done.
Yeah,
we're done.
Love
everybody. Thank you all for watching us wherever you were watching. We appreciate it very, very much. Have a good one. We will see you next week with some more stuff.
Happy 2025.